Hello, hello. Hi, get in the picture.
Oh, get in the picture.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our soul journey with Niki Barker today. We are doing two lives in a sense. We're doing it in my channel, Guidance Within Reiki, and we're doing it in yours, which is
The Trees Whisper.
The Trees Whisper.
Nicole Barker, The Trees Whisper. Yes.
Okay. I am honored and so excited today to have her here. She is one of my very good friends. And she, like I said in the little blurb, I hope if you read it, is that she's a psychic medium, healer, and the goddess of the universe. And she might be humbled in that, in the sense of like, I'm not, but she's just so freaking talented and she sees so much. She is just one of those people that you always feel loved and protected. And she's always looking for your best, right?
Absolutely.
So I just want to welcome her. I'm so excited. We both have had a really, really busy day today. So if we kind of answer things a little bit like, well, it's because of that. I'm trying to see if I can.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to start with maybe you. So I know that, okay, we'll get to that. But let's start with the first question then.
Sure.
It says, what would you like to share about your life journey so far that has led you to become a healer or like who you are
what
right
I
now?
am.
Yeah.
Even what I am has been conflicting because I really have asked people, what am I? I can do this, or if I'm asked to do a certain thing, or they can do this or that. And I go, let me try, see if I can do it. Apparently I can do that. I'm sorry. Because I always think that I'm not special.
Yeah.
Because
Do you think that that's kind of that wounded healer, that a lot of the healers feel that way? Because I think it's part of the journey that it keeps you humble, right? In the sense of I think it's honoring to allow somebody to be humbled within their gifts than to somebody going, oh, I'm right? Like I got this and I got that and right? So I think it's just part of the healer's journey where we're meant to kind of be a bit much more humble. And we need people sometimes to believe in our gifts before we believe it in ourselves.
Truly, because so I guess when I was small, it happened when I was small. And I was just a child. And I think I tell this to a couple of people that I just would see spirit. And I even had let my mother know that I finally did that just a couple of years ago. So it was very interesting growing up because you would see spirit, you would see interesting things, you would see really interesting short little things, and it's like, you're pretty funny, and you just do that. But my mother really didn't know. She just not honestly thought that I was just out to lunch, walking into trees, walking into poles, talking to things, just sitting there giggling every once in a while, and they had no idea.
Yeah.
Right? So it was kind of that. And then it evolved for when I was just at people's houses, like, okay, what do you see? Nothing. Because I do that a lot, and people actually say this to me, what do you see? Nothing?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, there's a little girl there playing or whatever. It's okay.
Yeah.
And then I ended up being at house parties, and friends would know that I do this, and they say, what's happening in my house? And I'm like, oh, God. Okay. And then you explain.
Yeah.
And then it evolved to me going back in time and seeing what happened in time. Then I have friends that are international saying, well, what is happening on my land? Then I would say.
Yeah.
So it always kind of evolved that way.
Right.
So it was easy.
So how would you, maybe in layman's terms, how would you explain your gift? Because psychic medium is kind of a very general term.
It is.
There's a lot more that you do. There's a lot more that you see and that you connect with. If you want to share that.
Sure. It was just somebody really close to me ended up saying to me, I think you're a seer. And I said, what is a seer? And you said it, didn't you? As well?
I don't know. Yeah, but I think, maybe. I don't remember.
I know that friend Amy, she ended up saying that to me. She says, I think you're a seer. And I said, what is a seer? And another girl, she's just fantastic. She said, I think you're a seer. I said, what is this? So I guess I had to look at what a seer is. Mm-hmm. And I guess you can see everything. So I can see it very low dimensional if I need to. And I can see very high dimensional if I need to. Somebody that is very high dimensional in terms of their thinking and who they are, because you can see a resonance of their aura, and it's quite profound, and it's just, oh, you have a lot of stuff going on. It's awesome. So when they're down, it's just you start talking about different beings, and they go, I know that, and it's like, oh good, I'm glad that you see them too. Can we ask this being to come to help you for a minute? And it's like, okay, yes. And then they're happy that they're being uplifted, and they're getting some knowledge, some teachings as well, and whatnot. Yeah. So I guess it's more the tried and trusted, if you're going to go that way, galactics that are actually quite loving.
Yeah.
I grew up having Arcturians on my bed, and they would just
Wonderful.
Basically, I remember feeling this over top of my body, and it's like, oh, I feel better.
Oh, wonderful.
You know, so it's kind of that journey.
Yeah, yeah. Because you do that, like you're a seer, but you're also an amplifier, right? You're almost like a battery. So anybody with gifts around you, like they're amplified like 10 times fold sometimes.
Yeah, I've noticed that people have let me know that they're doing Reiki around me. They can see the symbols that they do. And that's really I'm just trying to make bracelets.
That's wonderful.
So that's kind of how the journey went. And I never told anybody until I was 47, and I'm 50 now. Mm-hmm. And it's been very... So
it's been a long journey. Yeah. It's been a long journey trying to discover yourself, but it's been short in that sense of like really quick awakening as to, okay, now I'm doing this. I'm this now, right? I'm a seer. I'm a healer. I'm I'm a connector. You do wonderful readings as well, very in depth. Thanks. And not only that, but I like it that you come from a place of counseling too. So you don't always, you're not like the psychic that you're like, you give you a yes or no answer. You're like, well, what's your journey? Like, what's your best path? What do you see? Right? Yeah.
Because it's not only me that's asking it. I'm actually listening from above, from this universal ring of knowledge, whatever it is that is up there. Yes. I'm listening to Source. I'm listening to my guides. I see your guides, and they're saying, well, you should ask this. It's like, okay.
She hasn't been doing this. You better tell her. Right? Yeah.
So it's like, it's really humbling to go ahead and say, I'm just so honored that you want me to be here and to give you messages. Mm-hmm. I just feel so honored that you want me to talk.
Yeah. So in a sense, you're a channeler as well, right? Like that's what I'm saying. She's the goddess. She's the universal goddess because she's tapped in or in touch with so many things that people are not aware of. Yeah. And not only galactic, but angels and guides and all of that. And she just kind of brings it all in for your best and highest good, right? So, anyways, so let's just move on to the next question. I think you answered that beautifully. I love it. So, which I think you kind of answered this, but maybe the how here. It's like, have you discovered your life purpose, and how did that occur? Like, was it like something that you were sitting on the toilet one day and went, oh, I'm a seer? Or was it kind of like, oh, well, I had this interaction and this interaction?
It was a lot of muddling, and life is messy.
Yeah.
Like, it's really messy. And so I'm still going through not being very confident. Mm. And so I guess the confidence is, I see so many people out here in this community, and they're amazing people. And I go, I wish I was like you, because you're amazing. And because they've been with us, with people, help facilitating so many healing, and they've been doing it for 20 years. And I'm like, wow, you're just really awesome. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I have nothing to compare to that. That's just...
Well, you have life experience, right? Like, once again, like sometimes we disvalue our experience and what we've kind of gone through, which... I don't know about you, but with each client, it resonates, right? Like that client's called to you because you have something to give, and they have something to give.
Exactly. And I noticed that the challenges that I'm working with at the time, I usually see clients or people that come into my life, they go, well, they're having the same kind of situation happening. So then really noticing that throughout my life, I was doing the same thing also. Yeah. So when you see what's happening now and you have it through another lens and you go back in time and you think about your life, it's still the same thing. Yeah. It's very interesting.
Yeah. And I like it that sometimes you get clients where you just learn something and they kind of come in and you're like, oh, I just learned this. Here, I know the vice versa, right?
Right. There's another aspect of the purpose, though.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm writing a book about it, and I don't really
Wonderful.
want to say too much about it. Only my few close friends know
Yes.
what I do also.
So to be continued,
Yeah.
this conversation.
Yeah.
There is a story in the background coming. It's
Yeah.
just going to be in a book.
Yeah.
Wonderful. What are some of the challenges you faced during your healing journey? And I know that like none of us are fully healed, but I find that healers tend to heal certain parts and help other people heal those same parts, right?
Exactly.
So, like we just kind of talked about.
Yeah, I grew up with trauma.
Mm.
And it was no fault of anybody, really. And I guess overcoming the traumas are very, it's very difficult. So you have to kind of dive into that swimming pool and go, I really don't like you, but I love you. And then eventually you go, I really do love you. And eventually you go, I really do love you. And then it just turns into light, and it's like, oh, that was really cool. Right? Yeah. But there could be thousands of things.
Yeah.
So it's really, really interesting that you can go through this healing journey and still be of help to other people that have probably gone through the same thing in just a little way, or a facet of what you've been working with, and they have to work with a little bit. So maybe I give out proposals of somebody has done it this way.
Yeah.
Somebody has done it this way. Mm-hmm. You could do it this way if you'd like to. Odin is saying you can do it this way. Because he's right there. Yeah. Something like that. And usually people end up going, wow, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Right?
There is a little magic in that connection between healer or even reader and client, where when they feel themselves being understood, being heard, given that space of healing, there's a little magic there that is exchanged between the two of you.
And I think a lot of times people have said that you just created a spark within me. And it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Thanks. I didn't know that I could do that. That's awesome.
Yeah. There you go. See, and the thing is too, you learn, you never stop learning, right? Yeah. So as a healer, you get to a place where then you can help other people, but you're also healing yourself at the same time and helping others. So it's kind of like, it's a good balance between back and forth. Okay. And this is why I always kind of urge and tell my clients that I work with coaches. I have my own healers, right? Because once I stop doing that, then I stop evolving, I stop moving, I stop shifting, right? Because I kind of stay stagnant, and then I'm not learning, and then I'm not evolving with the clients that will attract me and help me move past whatever hurdle. Precisely.
But I think we're all supposed to get this to the stagnant part. What is that you guys, you do that oracle, the tarot thing, tower moment.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it's like you get to that point where you're kind of stagnant, and you got to jump out, or you're getting pushed out. So you kind of like, and
that lightning's gonna hit that tower, and you're gonna be jumping out of the window. Right there's, Tracy Trimble has always says it's the velvet hammer, right? So spirit or the universe goes, hey, you might not want to do that, and then it goes, hey, you might not want to do that, and then the third one's like, you don't want to do that. And the fourth you don't see coming. You're on the floor, seeing Tweety Bird going around your head, going, what happened, right? Exactly. The velvet hammer. You just have no choice. You're just on the floor there.
True. It's very true. Yeah, some of us are more stubborn than other people.
Yeah, well, sometimes you need the velvet hammer a few times. I've been there, done that. Okay, so the next question is, what is one of the lessons that you have learned and want to share with people all the time, like something that, like, sometimes a saying, right, kind of like what I just told you about the velvet hammer. What is the lesson that you go, birds of a feather flock together, what is it, something together,
birds of a feather flock together, right? Yes. I think it's the theme, because I had to work with trauma at a young age. It doesn't define me, right? So whenever I finally say something to somebody, they go, I would have never known. I'm going, well, I had to work really hard. And I sometimes still do. So trauma doesn't define you in a way. Sometimes in a way, right? You have the choice to get as much as you can out of the healing portion of it.
Right. It happens for you, not to you, right? It
Yeah,
doesn't,
that's a huge
you don't
lesson.
become the trauma unless you allow it,
It's
right?
a huge lesson. That one.
Yeah.
I didn't
Good
like
one.
that lesson. The law of reflection. Oh, I don't like that one.
Yeah, that mirroring can sometimes not be pretty.
Don't like that one. It's not my favorite.
So that, which now it's relevant to the next question is like, but what does healing mean to you? Like when you talk about healing with a client or with even about yourself, what does the word healing encompass for you?
So let's take that apart.
Sure.
So healing denotes the fact that something was broken.
Ha.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I think, and this is going to go a little bit wonky for a little bit, and I had to do this mind screw on myself, is that if I'm a part of source, God, whatever, divine, whatever you want to call it, and if I am supposed to be perfect as well, a part of me, whatever it is, then I don't have as much farther to go where I thought I was. So I can just go a little bit further if I wanted to.
Right. So connecting to source, because connecting to that mother, father, God energy allows you to believe that everything's flowing in divine timing, that things are just moving the way they're supposed to. Yeah.
And I don't like it still. I can tell you, I really go kicking. I am so stubborn. I'm so stubborn.
Yeah. But you do it. Despite that, though, you choose to do the hard work.
Yeah.
And that shows courage, and that shows perseverance, and that shows that you care enough about yourself and your self-healing that you're willing to go in there kicking and screaming, right? But you're doing it, right?
I used to go see Michelle a lot and Spirited Healing, and every single beam session she literally would, are you here? Where are you? I'm sitting outside. Come on in. I'm fine. What are you doing? I'm listening to music. She literally has to come outside and go, come here, and say, no. Okay, fine.
It's sometimes it's hard to really just look at yourself vulnerably and almost like emotionally naked and raw. But that's what gives you the courage to kind of go, well, I'm more than this. I'm more than this emotion. I'm more than just this thing that happened to me.
And it's okay to be raw and stubborn. Yeah. And it's okay to go ahead and say no, as long as you're being authentic with it and you're not hurting anybody else and also yourself. But still, it's okay.
And it's a journey, right? Like that's why I call this a soul journey. Like you're not done. You're always shifting and moving, right?
Yes. True. There's nuances to that I like to find loopholes to.
Yes, well, our mind's tricky. And our ego likes to kind of run the show sometimes. I get it.
It's really sad sometimes. It's like, oh yeah, I remember I did that.
So which brings me now to the next question as to like, what is it about your gifts that you've discovered in your healing or your healing talents that you love? Like, what is it that you are proud of and take pride in going, well, I'm not only able to do this with myself, but I'm able to do this with my clients.
Yeah, it's fascinating because sometimes I start saying things that I have no idea what I'm saying. And sometimes I'm saying things and all of a sudden I go, okay, oh, all right. And I say it and I say, I don't even know if this feels right. No, it doesn't. But I always ask people to tape me. Yeah. They need to tape me because I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. And it usually means something, but I don't know it at the time. And then later on, people call back or they actually literally message me on Instagram. You were right. And that's what really is like, I am not crazy. This is fantastic.
I'm tapping into something here. Like, I'm making sense. No, I get it. Because sometimes you're like, what does that mean? And this is what I tell my clients is that I'm the translator, you're the interpreter.
Totally.
Right? So I translate the energy and you have to interpret it to your life and what it means to you, right?
Right. Yeah. It's something though.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and I'm just still so honored that people want to be able to reach out and say hello.
Yeah.
It's just
you're fantastic anyways. And how do you find your gifts and talents? How do you find that they make you unique to other healers? What have you, like, what's your niche? Like, what is it that you find that your gifts and talents work best with?
Probably things to overcome like what I've experienced in my life. I guess that's normal for a lot of people anyway.
Yeah.
Even people holding space for a friend. But in terms of that aspect, because I have the talking to spirit and talking to different beings, they literally have said, you really don't need that. It's like, okay, but I have this pain in my knee. Apparently it's inflammation. Well, you can ask your knee to actually stop the inflammation. How do I stop the? I'm literally having a conversation, and then they're telling me, or they're showing pictures or something. It's like, okay, well then, can I do this? And then all of a sudden, as I'm walking, it's like I'm doing this, and I'm walking better.
Yeah,
that's kind of weird,
right? It shows you the power of the mind, right? Like once, like that, our body can really heal itself. It's just a matter of you allowing it and guiding it and surrendering to its natural beating or this natural force, life force. Yeah. And when I was working at crystal stores, they usually came when I was there. It's like I give whatever information that I have, it's just there. Yeah. Because I kind of think that knowledge should be shared in a way. It really totally is. I shouldn't have only this knowledge. If this helps a little bit, amazing. Right. If it doesn't, then thank you for entertaining me. Yeah. So your gift is everyone's gift, right? Because what you can do and channel that can help somebody, that's just it's just natural. That's part of who you are. Exactly. Yeah. And I noticed that somebody said to me, and it really rang true to me. They said, you seem to want to do, like, come on, you can do this together. Yeah. And I was like, it seemed to be right for me to feel that way. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Well, it's sometimes some of the hardest things we need to face. Sometimes it's good to have somebody hold our hand. Yeah, pretty much. Right? Yeah. It's just like giving you space to help you along the journey. And I'll still learn from you too. Yeah. Totally. Wonderful. So another question is, what projects are you working on right now? I know we talked a little bit your book. Or that you're working on, but what are some of the projects you're working on right now? I'm learning how to build a website. And so to come soon, you can reach her on the World Wide Web. Oh God. Okay. And also I started writing this journal. Wonderful. And it's interesting how it's coming full circle with my ancestry. So it's about Ojibwe culture as well. I'm putting things inside of it, and from a perspective of healing from trauma. Like a lot of trauma. So how are you working with? How is the journal kind of broken up? Just questions, questions that you would ask yourself, questions that I've asked myself. Yeah. Questions I'm being asked to ask, right? So sometimes I have some Ojibwe chiefs that come by and they give me a question or something, and I'm ready. It's like okay, yeah, it's like really interesting. Or somebody asked me, this one might be a good question. Yeah. But anything else you're kind of thinking of starting or projects? Yes. My friend Amy and I were going to be doing some cool little groups of girls hopefully this summer. Wonderful. Hopefully you and I keep it. Yeah. We have. What we're gonna do. There's something cooking in the background. Right? Yeah. We have ideas so far. I know. Yeah. We'll make it happen. It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. So that's wonderful. So stay tuned to my channel, her channel, just for us to put some posts out for little classes. If I can learn how to use the internet pretty good, I'll keep on trying. I can help you. Just trying. No worries. So what services do you provide right now and why and how can my audience or anyone reach out to you? I really enjoy doing land readings and house readings. People want to have it cleansed and cleared, and yes, that's certainly fine. I don't necessarily mind doing that. And I really do get joy in helping somebody feel comfortable and safe in their own home. That I don't necessarily like to charge too much money because I think that's a safety issue if it's really, really bad. Mm-hmm. But in terms of land readings or house readings, who's lived there before? Who's here now? Right. What happened on the land?
that was really fascinating to me growing up.
So almost like an energetic historian in a sense.
Yeah.
Right? A land, you're a land reader, a land seer. Like,
yeah. I was on a group a while ago, a couple of years ago, and they said, well, you can go ahead and do that. It just popped up at pictures throughout the whole world. And I said, well, here's what's happening. And I give a group reading of like 3 hours. Well, I did your house 2 days ago, and this is what happened. And
right, because you used to be online. You used to do house readings in a sense, right?
Yeah. It was in a specific group, and she's amazing. And but I lost contact with her.
So if
but
you're
she
out
would
there,
put me
she's contact back.
reach
out to Niki again.
Yeah, she was fantastic. And she just said, anybody come in and give a picture of your house. Don't tell her where you live, and she'll take some time to go through it, and she'll let you know on Friday. And that was a big, huge live. So I did that for about 2 or 3 weeks, and that was just so much fun.
Awesome. That sounds fun.
It's really is fun.
So instead of reading like oracle cards, you actually did you get a picture of the property?
I only got the picture of the property.
Okay, and then you just kind of would read the
energy. Yeah. It's really fun.
That sounds like
fun. It's really fun.
Sounds like fun.
And also being a psychic medium, and I used to use crystals to display. Right?
Oh yes, you do very good crystal readings.
Right, yeah. But then I got the information from my ancestors, like, you don't need that. I don't want you to do it. Don't rely on something. Yeah. You can't rely on anything. You just need to be you. Yeah. And I think that's them saying, let's just do it.
But sometimes it's fun to use props, right? It helps.
Yeah. It zones in on things.
That we're human. We need props. Yeah. We need visual stuff.
So every once in a while, it's like, apparently we're getting the crystals out. And it's like, okay, there.
Yeah.
And it's like, and usually it's past, present, and future.
Yeah. No, they're very accurate. I've had a few.
It's fun.
So... Yeah, so anything else you want to share with your audience? Like, we have a couple of people on my channel, we have a couple of people on yours. And I hope you can see, I don't know if you can see, I know Bashini's saying hi to us.
Hi, Bashini. She's amazing.
And there's somebody, I think, has a question there.
Yeah. I can't read it.
Okay.
You can read it?
It says, hi, Nicole. Will I get a new job soon? So they're asking questions. And
I don't know who that is. So I can't see.
Yeah, I can't see it from my channel. So, yeah, I can't read the name clearly.
I just saw dark hair when I put my glasses on. So, a new job. There is an avenue coming within 2 or 3 months, but I don't think you're actually going to want it. But I think there's also something coming in 6 months, but you're supposed to be doing something in the meantime. So whatever it is, that if you're going to be restructuring something, whether or not you're going to be doing some sort of type of kind of courses, but not really, it's not a course. It's not a course. It's not a course. Okay. It's like writing things down to develop your own course, possibly, because you have a lot of knowledge. Yeah. Like a lot of knowledge. I don't know who you are. Yes. But you're phenomenal. Yes.
Let's see what she said. I went to McLaughlin with you. It's Gina.
Oh my gosh, Gina. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to happen, but you have to write it down. You got to write it down. It just has to keep on writing. You just have to get, it's like I don't know what it is. It's like you have to get a leather bound book, and you have to get a really good pen, and you have to just denote that to your book. And whatever's going to start flowing is going to flow, and that's going to spark the interest to go into something different. Whatever that is. So I'd write situations down that you've been there before, jobs that you've been there before, just kind of like a journal, but really like a story. But that's going to spark something specific. And it's going to spark probably in about the 4th month if you do it. That's only if you do it.
Wonderful.
Okay.
She says hi back. Any other questions? Anyone out there that has a question? Maybe just a question for Nicole, like about her gifts or anything like that.
Yeah, it was an interesting life so far. I got another 50 years to go.
Well, you know what? The most interesting people have not had boring lives. Let me tell you.
Oh, that'd be true.
So
that'd be so true.
Gina says, "Thank you. Awesome.
You're
awesome.
amazing.
Thank you." So I can read the words. I can't read the names.
Sorry.
So hi. I know Jessica just joined.
Hi, Jessica.
So hi, everybody. Any questions? Oh, there's just one person. I think I'm the only one watching now. All right. It says, just saying hello, and I miss being in your energy. And that's
Oh my gosh.
Krista.
Is that Krista?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of saw the brown curly hair.
Wonderful.
Yeah, she's phenomenal.
All right. Would you like to leave them with kind of a last kind of word from you?
Our truth is within us, really.
That's a good one.
It really
It's
is.
a very good one.
It really is, no matter where we are. That truth is still prevalent there, and it's still prevalent before. And whatever truth that is the perfect one for the moment.
Yeah. I love it. That's wonderful last words. Thank you, everybody, for being here, for watching. We will be posting this in our channels, so keep an eye out for it. And send us any questions or any if you have any inquiries, send them our way. Okay. Send you all lots of love. I have a Reiki infused meditation happening next Saturday. So let me know if you're interested. Just send me a DM. And
well, you're having level 1 Reiki. You're doing
on the 29th of April. Yes, I'm having level 1 Reiki. So
maybe
that too. that one as well. So let me know if you're interested. And I'll see you all on next Sunday. Not this Sunday, next Sunday for my pick a card, oracle card. Or oracle pull card.
I'll be there.
All right. All right. So send you all lots of love. Have a good night. Thank you for coming. Okay. So now, here, we'll do it together.
So now,
Hold that.
do
So now.
end the video live now.
Oh, yes.